winds that Todd's been talking about have been ferocious, and so
yeah, the first pictures. I'm curious, Paul, get some other pictures. We have, of course, you saw our news crew is heading north on 495. We're monitoring that to see if anything is touched down. I mean, it's one of the problems here. There's a bit of a delay. Here's some more pictures. This coming in. Where's this from?
Do we know? Windsor.
This is also Windsor. Yeah, as Todd was pointing out, boy, they snapped those branches off in a hurry. Now, of course, the action. This was earlier. And the action is right over us, just north of Boston, just a very short distance from the Woburn area on.
You can see this is 495 north. We have Christina Hager driving along there live right now. She talked about the ponding on the roadways, going in and out of bands of rain. And I think this is the difficult thing for people living in these towns that are under these warnings this afternoon. Here are more damaged pictures coming into us from our viewers. We saw Jack about an hour and a half ago. First, the warning for Worcester County, Middlesex County, and that quickly dissipated, but suddenly Todd's focus was completely on Essex County, Cape Ann, all of those towns there, Beverly, Danvers, and some sky-worn spotters did see what looked like some rotation in some clouds. And this has been the most significant picture we had from East Windsor.
Yeah, the picture just before that, Paula, was one of a flooded road in the Springfield area, and you could see that the water was bubbling up through a storm drain where tremendous amounts of water have been coming down. This is living proof that this is what can happen. This is what could be forming just north of Boston. Right, don't know. With other pictures, Agawam in Massachusetts.
And Todd said, when you look at this, you know, that sort of tells the story, right? The splintered branches trees where the leaves are completely gone really shows you the rotation and the heavy winds, and these other pictures from Agawam as well. So we're in this volatile situation where we have these supercells popping up all over. The department has been following as warnings have been canceled, but we do still have this warning, which is viable for another 15 minutes or so, and you just don't know where a funnel cloud might form, where rotation could go from being heavy winds to really variation.
And no reports of a touchdown north of Boston. People, of course, tuning in right now wonder about their regularly scheduled programs. Well, we're potentially with some very dangerous north of Boston, and for those who watch Judy right now, that's the reason. For public safety purposes, keeping an eye on the job fascinated by back way too much.
So every area, and Todd, you've been talking about what you really like to see on some of these cells on the radar is that little notch forming that shows the rotation of winds is possible.
Yeah, Essex County talking about just a few minutes ago. No warning now. New tornado warning for this cell here, which we talked about just a few moments ago with the other one. This tornado warning is for northern Suffolk County and southern Essex County until 40. The cell just came through Biddy, and it's now located over Salem. It's moving to the northeast at 30 miles per hour, and towns that could be affected are Lynn, Beverly, Gloucester, Peabody, Hamilton, Wenham, Danvers, Rockport, Ipswich, Essex, and Chester by the Sea. Again, a new tornado warning for this cell right here. It just crossed over 95 and 128 up there in Danvers and Peabody. It is now bearing down on Salem, and it's moving into the northeast at 30 miles per hour. So we've got a little storm track here. Here are the towns that it could affect in the times: 406 in Marblehead, Beverly at 412, Essex 423, and Gloucester at 438. The warning is up until 4:30. 4:30 for this cell right here. I was just back in the weather office. We were just looking at this cell and the one back to its west, its sister cell, and they're both still showing signs of rotation. But this is the one that's strengthening, and the one back to the west is the one that's weakened a little bit. So here we go. We put here. We've down here to 28, which is red. That's up Cape Ann. Okay, we've been in Cape Ann all that. You've got 14, which runs through Middleton, back to the west. Middleton, you're in the clear now, but this is heading right into Salem. Your end, and here's Barron, Salem, and Salem. I probably would have thrown Marblehead, and it probably, if you live in Red, I'd make some sure well, because this cell as we each as moves in Salem, Harbor, maybe as well. See the spot. I want to bring him